Hey guys, welcome to episode 5. Alright, and of course you guys know what this episode is. It's Griffon the Brush Off. Yeah, as much as I want to not get into this episode, I'm gonna have to get into this episode. Let's do this. Alright. Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash are having fun playing harmless pranks on their Ponyville friends, and it's brought them closer than ever. Okay, pause it there. Because right now, we literally have just this entire section where there's just nothing. There's nothing. You completely just skip over an entire section of an episode, which is almost the complete first act. And the prologue. That's it. You completely skip over like 2/3 of the first act. I don't even know. But let's move on. Let's just get that out of the way here. So Pinkie Pie wants to hang out with Rainbow Dash, but Rainbow Dash doesn't really want to hang out with her. She tries to... Dash tries to run away from her and just kind of ignore Pinkie Pie. But then Pinkie Pie says, I need you... But then Pinkie Pie, anyway, so blah 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 blah, Pinkie Pie physics. And then Rainbow Dash is just like, what do you want, Pinkie Pie? And Pinkie Pie is just like, a great favor. Just do this favor for me and I'll leave you alone. And they pull a prank on Spike, causing him to set fire to every single letter that he has in his little arms, which is apparently like 10-ish or so. And every single time basically, how do they do it? They scare him into the hiccups. And at times, the hiccups will cause fire. Most likely when he gets a piece of paper. So he'll get a scroll in his claws, and then hiccup, fire, send it to Celestia. And then gigantic stack worth, and it's just like, just raining, and possibly empty letters on Celestia. Just perfect. So yeah, and then Dash is just like, maybe she's not so much of a, she's not as annoying as she thought. You want to hang out, Pinkie? Sure. So then they pull a bit of a series of pranks. They pull a prank on Rarity, involving flowers and sneezing powder. They pull one on Twilight, which is mostly invisible ink. Which is, invisible ink. They pull on AJ, involving painting the apples with non-permanent paint. Non-permanent paint, I guess, is the term for it. It comes up, paint that comes off with water. I don't know. Then they try to pull one on Fluttershy, but Pinkie's like, nah, we're not pulling a prank on her. So, yeah. And by the way, Dash is using a telescope, and she's got her eye to the looking thing, and when she takes her eye away, we see that she's got, a ring of ink around her eye. Yeah, that whole prank. That prank. Perfect. Just classic Pinkie Pie. So the next day, nothing happens with Fluttershy. They were apparently going to squirt her. But then, the next day, this is when the book actually makes sense. So when Rainbow Dash's old friend Gilda the Griffon shows up in Ponyville, Pinkie Pie can't help but feel a little left out. As the two old friends bond over the days at flight camp, Pinkie feels increasingly isolated. Gilda makes it very clear to Pinkie that Rainbow Dash is her best friend and wants nothing to do with Pinkie Pie or her silly pranks. Pinkie Pie takes her friendship woes to Twilight Sparkle and receives some unexpected advice. Twilight suggests that Pinkie is jealous of Gilda and it is Pinkie who needs to change her attitude. So Pinkie decides to look for the good side of Gilda, but this proves challenging when she witnesses Gilda pranking Granny Smith, stealing from the market, and scaring the wings off Fluttershy. As much as I hate Fluttershy for how adorable she is and how much like me she is sometimes, God damn it, Gilda, why do you do this? I know I'm supposed to hate Gilda, and yet I don't like Fluttershy. I don't hate Fluttershy, I just don't like her. She's least favorite pony. I'm sorry, Fluttershy fans, but that's just how I feel. But when I think of it this way, it's like, okay, a person that I'm supposed to hate, and a person that I dislike out of a group of 6, like, who am I supposed to root for? It's like, I don't want any part in this. I don't like her, and I dislike her out of a group of 6. I can't find a way. I can't find a way to actually be on the side without just, not taking a side, really. I don't know why I did the Twitch thing there. Pinkie Pie knows what she must do and takes the matters into her own hands. She throws Gilda a welcome party. A, too late. She's already been here for maybe a day or so. And B, classic Pinkie Pie. Na-na-na-na-na-na. Hey. Pinkie Pie, Pinkie Pie. Boobity boobity boop bop bop. I don't know. I'm trying to do a Quagmire. Who else but Pinkie? I don't know. Gilda soon discovers that the party is rigged with harmless pranks meant for the guests of honor. Well, maybe meant for the guests of honor. Gilda's bad attitude rears its ugly head once more, and every pony, including Rainbow Dash, catches a glimpse of the real Griffon. When Gilda demands that Rainbow Dash leave the party with her, Rainbow Dash defends her Ponyville friends. Rainbow Dash and Twilight Sparkle realize they've misjudged both Gilda and Pinkie. But Pinkie Pie has no hard feelings, just more pranks up her sleeves. Sleeves? They have shirts? No, it's expression, people. Okay. No. And yeah, so double joy buzzer, basically. Double joy buzzer and perfect ending. And here we go. Dearest Princess Celestia, the friendship lesson. Today I learned that it's hard to accept when some pony you like wants to spend time with some pony who's not so nice. Though it's impossible to control who your friends hang out with, it is possible to control your own behavior. Just continue to be a good friend, and in the end, the difference between a false friend and one who is true will surely come to light. Foreshadowing the Season 3 finale song. Oh! Speaking of songs, there was a song in here, the Junior Speedsters chant, though a lot of people don't really confirm it as an actual song. And apparently, the Elements of Harmony guidebook doesn't count that song. Does not count that as a song either. Really should have, though. It's a really good one. It's actually technically Rainbow Dash's first ever song that she sort of does. She's never really had a solo, has she? Rainbow Dash has never had a solo. She's had like a group singing and a duet with, Gilda here. Never had her single. Never actually did a, one on her own. Ugh. Anyway. So yeah, that's the episode. That's the episode there. So what did I think of this episode? I thought it was pretty good. It was a pretty good episode for, the time being November of 2010, just barely at this point, like a week or two into November of 2010. And what did I think of this episode when I looked at it back in December of 2011? I thought it was pretty good. It was a pretty good episode. I liked it. I didn't like Gilda. She was sort of just like, she was evil. She wasn't like evil as like a main villain, but close enough. I didn't like Gilda, but, I look at this episode multiple times now, and I think, maybe Gilda should come back. If Gilda comes back, I wouldn't be against it. It's just how they portray Gilda. If she's like, she comes back and she's more evil than ever, then, I don't want her back for a third time. Thing is, if she comes back and she's like, I want to change, then, yeah, there you go. And unfortunately, though, I do have the I don't know if it's a misfortune, but I freaking have her. And look at this. Rainbow Dash, Much love. Gilda. Little to no love. Like, you suck. It's just how it is. That is literally just how it is, you know? That's literally almost the episode. Just like, Beamer Dash, your friends suck, but I like you. Shut up! Yeah. Goodbye. I didn't know how that worked out on camera. Anyway. So yeah, I like this episode. It's not best, but it's, again, good. Out of 10, I have to sort of go a little bit lower this time. And I'm gonna have to give this a 7.6. Oh, no. I gave that to the... You know what? 7.7. 7.7. I'm basically giving grades to each and every one of these, and it's gonna be completely different than the last one, so... 7.7. What? You know? What? 7.7. It's a good episode. Cindy Morrow, the writer of the episode, she did well. She did pretty good for her first try at an episode. It's really good, but I think her future episodes are probably going to be a little bit better. And basically, that is it. That is episode 5 for you. That is Griffon the Brush Off, 7.7. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought of that episode. Do you even like Gilda? And I mean, if you do, I don't really care, dweebs. Well, actually, you know, I honestly, I don't care. I really don't. If you like Gilda, that's your thing, but whatever. And episode 6 is up next, and it's Ghostbusters by M.A. Larson. Yes, Mitch Larson. Finally. Yeah. And, Trixie. Whoa. And I think Seth's gonna love this one. I will see you guys for that episode. There you guys.